when you're reporting that, if that situation is still the same, then you don't need to change the verb to the past. Look at this, for example. In direct speech, it was, Paul said, my new job is boring, with present simple, you see. When he said this situation, the job being boring, was true in the present, right? And now when I do reported speech, if the job is still boring, then I can say, Paul said that his new job is boring. I don't have to say was boring, right? You see, the situation is still the same. His job is still boring now, by the time we are reporting it, okay? So this means the situation hasn't changed, so you can use present simple. Yes. This normally changes to past. For example, my new job is boring. Then reported speech becomes, he said that his new job was boring, right? But if the situation, the job being boring in this case, if that situation is still the same, is still true, not finished, then you can still use present simple. You understand? Yes. And here you can also change the verb. So you can also use past if you want, even if it's true in the present. Okay, so you have here two options. If you say is boring in reported speech, then the listener naturally understands that this is boring, still boring. You know, we understand this is still a present condition. Look at the other example. Helen said, I want to go to Canada next year. Okay, I want to go. This is present simple. Okay, now normally we would say she wanted, right, with the past. But if she still wants, when we are reporting, then you can still use present. Helen told me that she wants to go to Canada next year. You see, if we report in this way, then it means Helen still wants to go to Canada next year. You see? Do you understand the difference? If that situation has already passed, has already finished, then you use past verb. But if it's something that is still true, now in the present, then you can keep the same verb.
Example, I want to go next year. It is past. I will go to Canada next year.
I will.
Go. No, it's not every problem. I want to go.
If she had said I will go to Canada next year, then you can say Helen told me that she will go. Yeah, you can keep the same tense. Okay? But you also have the option of changing it, okay? So you can also change, even if you change it to the past, no problem, it's not wrong. Okay, now look at this. But if the situation has changed or finished, if it has changed or it has finished, then you have to use the past verb. Don't keep it in the present verb, okay? Okay, so for example, Paul left the room suddenly. In the past, you see, left the room suddenly. He said, I have to go. Okay, this is direct speech, no? He said, I have to go. Now, this situation has already finished, right? He has already left. So when you do reported speech, Paul left the room suddenly. Okay, this remains the same. He said that he had to go. I have becomes past. He had. He had to go. You should not say he has to go, you see. Has to go is what he says in the present. You cannot use present here because he has already left. Okay? Okay. Next point, you need to use the past in reported speech when what was said is different from what is really true. Look at this situation. You met Rachel a few days ago, okay, in the past, and she said, "Have you heard? Joe is in hospital." She said in the past that Joe is in hospital, using present simple, you see? Okay, this happened in the past. Then, on that same day, you met Joe on the street, in the street, not in the hospital. Then you say, "Joe, this is a surprise. Rachel said you were in hospital." You see? Why you have to change from present simple to past? Because that situation was not true. Do you understand? If you say, "Rachel said you are in hospital," he's not in the hospital, you know? You are, no, we don't say like that. You know? You should not say you are in hospital, because it's clear that he is not in the hospital. You understand? So if that situation you find out was not true, then you use past. Okay? This one, you see, you met Rachel in the past, and she said that Joe, here, using direct speech, she said, "Joe is in hospital." You see, it's present simple, right? So if you are going to report that to another person, then you can say, she said that Joe is in hospital. Because you think he's actually there, right? So it's still present. But if you meet Joe, now you meet Joe, yeah, you meet Joe, or even somebody tells you, no, he's not in the hospital. Okay? Then when you report that, you will use past. You will not use present, because it was not true. It's not something happening, right? You get the difference? Okay. Now this one also interesting. Another point between say and tell. Okay, these two verbs. Let's see how to use them. If you say who somebody is talking to, you use tell. Look at this. Rachel told me. This is who. You see? Rachel told me. You will never say Rachel said me. You should not say it like that. Rachel said me. Rachel told me. The difference. Because this one here, it will become clear, I think, by the end. But in this one, it means Rachel said something to someone, you see? To someone. To who? Somebody is talking to. Who somebody is talking to. In this case, Rachel is talking to me, you see? So you should not say Rachel, say me. You should not use the verb say. You should use the verb tell. Rachel said to me, I think is better tell. Rachel told me. Told. Told someone. For example, he told my teacher. Yeah, he didn't. He said to my teacher. I think it's told. At least according to, as far as I see here, and like what sounds like to me, we should say tell. We should use the verb tell. He said me. He said to me. Let me see if it will clarify. Let's see. Okay, this point says that if you say who somebody is talking to, so Rachel is talking to someone, right? So if you're gonna mention this person, then you should use tell. So Rachel told me. Not Rachel said me, you see? Okay? Okay. Now, in a question, for example, what did you tell the police? Not what did you say the police? The police. What did you tell the police? Okay? Okay. Now let's see this next point. Otherwise, in other cases, you can use say. So Rachel said that you were in hospital, you see? We are not talking about Rachel said to someone that you were in hospital. Do you see the difference? Rachel said simply that. Rachel said that you were in hospital. We are not trying to say Rachel said to someone. Do you see the difference? Yes, to someone, yes. Hmm?
In the Pali language.
In Pali also?
Yes. Katati or aha.
I don't know this. Aha or katati?
Yes.
Ah.
Like say.
He said. And katati is to someone. Ah, nice, okay. So here as a question as well, you see? What did you say? Not what did you tell. Or not what did you tell? You don't say that. What did you say? But if you ask, what did you say to someone, then you will say, what did you tell him? What did you tell him, sorry. What did you tell him? Yeah. Okay. Now, you can say something. Here, Bante, this clarification. You can say something to somebody, okay? To somebody. Anna said goodbye to me. Yes. So said to me is okay, but not said me. Okay? Told me or said to me. Okay? That's the difference. Rachel told me or Rachel said to me. Said something to me is better, you see? Said something to me. Anna said goodbye to me. This sounds, yes, this sound, we use this a lot, I think. Not, here the wrong would be Anna said me goodbye. This is what we should avoid. You can use told. Anna told me something, but Anna said me, this is wrong. Said me. So Anna said something to me is okay. This construction is okay. Anna said something to me. Anna said goodbye to me. Anna said hello to me. This is okay, and left. But not, you see, for example, Rachel told to me, also not correct. Rachel told me directly the object, without to. What did you say to the police? You see, say. Say to the police, okay. Then you can say. Or, what did you tell the police? You see, the other version. What did you tell the police? Or, what did you say to the police? Then both are correct. Okay? Hmm. Not say the police, yeah. The difference is this. To. Yeah, that's the difference. Okay? So with the verb say, if it's to someone, you have to use to. Okay? Said to the police. Said to me. Okay? Okay. And the tell, with the verb tell, you can directly put the police without to the police. Okay. Let's see the next point. We say tell somebody to, and we also say ask somebody to. Look at this. Comparing direct and reported speech. Drink plenty of water. This is like an instruction, like an order, like Panchami, right? Drink plenty of water, the doctor told me. Or the doctor said to me, you see? Then reported speech would be, the doctor told me to drink. You see, you use the infinitive over here. You should not say, for example, because drink, you might think, for example, drank, or you might want to use another form, but here you just use the infinitive, you see, for an order. Told? Told is past. To tell is infinitive. Sorry? Which one? To drink? Huh? To drink. Infinitive. Told is not infinitive. Infinitive. No, no, no. No, not finitive. Just infinitive. Infinitive. Infinitive is when you have like this, to drink. Infinitive is like tumanta in Pali. Tumanta. That's the infinitive in English. Auxiliary verb or helping verb. Auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb or helping verb. Assisting verb. Auxiliary. Auxiliary. Auxiliary verb. Huh? Auxiliary. Giving assistance or support. Helping. Okay? For example, in grammar, you see? Auxiliary verbs, you see? Auxiliary verbs. Sorry? Auxiliary verb. For example, when we use I am going, for example, the main verb is going, but am is also the verb to be. But it's like a helping verb, not the main verb. So it's an auxiliary verb. I don't know. Huh? No, for example, have is an auxiliary verb. In the present perfect, for example, I have done. I have done. The main verb is to do, right? Done. But have is helping to create that tense, no? So it's an auxiliary verb as well. But I don't know how many there are. I don't know.
24.
24? Really? Yes. Oh, very nice. How do you know that? Very good. 100. Okay. Okay. So if you see, if there is like an order, drink plenty of water, then you in reported speech you use infinitive. You see, he told me to drink plenty of water. Plenty is many. Plenty. Okay.
If I don't think the teacher say command.
Command.
Yes. I don't think the teacher, the doctor command I can use should drink.
Yeah. He said I should drink. Yeah. Now this one, for example, negative. Don't work too hard. I said to Joe, you see? I said to, you see? Said to. Or you could take said to and put tell. You can also use tell. I told Joe. I told Joe, or I said to Joe. Okay. So you see, this is negative in present simple. You see? Don't work too hard. Like an order, an instruction. Okay? So then the reported speech is, I told Joe not to work. Not comes first, you see? Not to work. Don't say to not work. Not to work too hard, okay? I told him not to work too hard. We should tell, I told Magavihari Bhante not to work too hard. Right? Okay? Don't work becomes not to work, you see? Not, it doesn't become didn't work, not, doesn't go to the past. It becomes like this, you see? Infinitive. Negative with infinitive. Okay. Can you help me, please? Jackie said to me. Jackie asked. Now this is a question, right? Now in reported speech, I'll show you later, this comes again. In reported speech, you just say asked. You don't actually write the question again. You just say asked and you make a normal sentence. He asked me to help her. Jackie asked me to help her. Can you help me, please? She asked me to help her. You could also say, Jenny asked me if I could help her. If I could, you can take the past of this, you see? If I could help her. Another way you could use reported speech here. But here the example is Jackie asked me to help her. Okay? Last one. You can also say somebody said, here not is optional, no? Somebody said to do something, or somebody said not to do something. For example, Paul said not to worry about him. You see, this is reported speech. So what did he say? What would be direct speech? Do you understand? This is reported speech. How would it be in direct speech? Paul said, what, how do you change this to direct speech? Don't worry. Don't worry about me. This is what he said. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. So you see, in reported speech, Paul said not to worry about him. Not to worry. Okay, here the wrong would be not, but not Paul said me. Paul said me is not correct. Paul said not to worry about him. Okay. You could say, for example, Paul said to me, this is okay. Said to me. Not to worry about him. Maybe it's okay. Okay, do you understand? Some more details about reported speech. Unit 50. Here, look at this. The same changes in word order, the word order, happen in questions in reported speech. Let's compare these two. In direct speech, the police officer said to us, "Where are you going?" You see, we just put the question. This is direct speech. You see, with the question mark and everything. Okay? Where are you going? Now, in reported speech, you do not put a question mark. You do not make a question. You just say the police officer asked. Here, you use asked. Now, he asked us, and here a normal sentence, you see, not like a question. Where we were going. Not where were we going. Not where were we going, like a question. Where we were going, like an affirmative sentence, you see? Direct speech would be, Claire asked, what time do the shops close? Asked us. He asked us, you see? So he asked us, group of people. More than one person. He asked us where we were going. Yeah, where we were going. Now, Claire asked, direct speech, what time do the shops close? So in reported speech becomes Claire. You see, you can say Claire. This is another way. You see, Claire wanted to know what time the shops closed. She wanted to know. So you see, this means she asked the question. You know, it's another way of saying it. You see, yeah. And then the question here, instead of what time do the shops, here it becomes the normal order. What time the shops closed, without do. You see, not like a question. Okay. So Claire wanted to know. Wanted to know. You could say Claire asked. Yeah, Claire asked what time the shops close, or Claire wanted to know what time the shops close. Both are correct. In reported speech, the verb usually changes to the past. This we have already learned. Now let's see these examples. You had a job interview and the interviewer asks you these questions. Okay, these are the questions. Later you tell a friend what the interviewer asked you. You use reported speech. Now, she asked if, the first one, are you willing to travel? So how do we report this? She asked if. You can use if. She asked if I was willing to travel. I was willing to travel. See, the order of words goes back to the normal. Sorry? No, I cannot hear you very well. What? Shout. Huh? If. She asked if I was willing to travel. Because it's like an option, no? Are you willing to travel, yes or no? You know? So she asked if I was willing to travel. Here you could add, for example, or not. Or not. You know, because it's an option, no? So if, this is how you can use for questions in reported speech. So you will see a lot this. If. Another option here it gives is whether. Remember I told you about this word, no? So whether shows an option, some option. Whether this or that, right? Look at the other. What do you do in your spare time? Now in reported speech this becomes, she wanted to know what I did in my spare time. What do you do? You have to change this back to a normal sentence. What I did in my spare time. Next one. How long have you been working in your present job? How long have you been working? This is present perfect continuous. So then it becomes what? Should become usually like past perfect continuous, right? In reported speech. She asked how long I had been working. You see, past perfect continuous. I had been working in my present job. She asked how long I had been working in my present job. Why did you apply for the job? This is past, you see? Why did you apply? Okay. She asked why I had applied. I had applied, right? Or why I applied. You can keep the past tense as well. Okay, this is not new. In the other lessons we had seen this, no? Now we are just seeing it as a question. Can you speak any other languages? So she wanted to know if it's a yes or no, you see? If I could speak any other language. If I could, you see, can becomes could. Speak any other languages. And can you becomes I can. Sorry, Can you becomes I could. You see, the order changes. Yes. Last one. Do you have a driving license? Then she asked if, because it's a yes or no. If I had, because do you have is a present simple, becomes past. I had a driving license. Okay? So basically for questions, you have to bring them back to the normal order of the sentence and then do the conversion.